On worksheet 19 for problems 5 through 12, you're just finding the measures of the missing angles, the ones that are asked for. So I want to work a couple of examples similar to the problems that you're going to have on worksheet 19. So on these, you're not trying to determine whether the triangles are similar, you're told that they are. And so don't forget the similarity statement tells you which angles correspond to one another. So this similarity statement tells me that angles A and D are congruent to each other since they are the first letter of the naming of each triangle. Angle B is therefore congruent to angle E since they're the second letter on each. And angle C is congruent to angle C. And we'll talk about angle C more in just a moment. So on these, since I'm given angle A to be 59 degrees, and I know angle A and angle D are congruent, then I know that angle D of this triangle is also 59 degrees. Now, if I concentrate on triangle DEC here, I know two of its angles now. And so remember, we have talked about how the Triangle Sum Theorem tells us that the three angles of a triangle have to add up to be 180 degrees. So now that I know two of these measures, I can simply add those measures together. So I'm going to add the 63 and 59 together, which gives me 122, and then subtract that number from 180. So that leaves me with 58 degrees for angle E. So now that I know angle E, I know angle B as well, since those are congruent to each other. So on this triangle, we know that angle B is 58 degrees. Now, this angle C of triangle ABC, we actually know its measured two different ways. We can use the Triangle Sum Theorem again to add the 59 and 58 and subtract it from 180. But don't forget, we have learned what these angles are called. They're the angles that are across from each other when two lines intersect, and they're called vertical angles. The vertical angle theorem tells us that vertical angles are congruent. So if this angle is 63 degrees, then this angle is also 63 degrees. Now, when we talk about these angles, we can't call them simply angle C, like we can call these angles A, B, D, and E. We can't call these angles C because there are actually four angle C's all around that vertex of C. So this is an angle C, this is an angle C, this is an angle C, and this is an angle C. So we can't just simply call it angle C, or we wouldn't know which one we're talking about. So we've talked about before how we can name angles in different ways. And one way to name an angle is using three letters, like is being done here. So this is not asking for the measure of triangle ACB. That's not a triangle symbol. That's an angle symbol. So it's just talking about one angle. Angle ACB is this angle right here. The middle letter is the vertex of that angle. So it's just telling us we're talking about this angle C, not this one, or this one, or this one. So angle ACB has a measure of 63 degrees.